we saved all the customization related to the text codes. So continue. Now we have assigned this to this. The next is assigning the next input taxes. So for input taxes, if you remember, the account key was VS3. So we'll be assigning over here in the transaction VS3, and now we can double click on it and you can take us over here. Certain GL are already assigned, so if you want you can delete them. You can put the cursor on it and you can go to this delete. So you need to put that cursor over here, mind it, only then only you can delete that particular row. So go to this delete. So you can see it has been deleted because I don't needed these text codes. If you don't need, you can delete it. If you need, you can let them as it is over there. So now I am assigning the another text codes which created by me, that is V8 and V0. Now I will be assigning the input text GL over here. So I need to search the GL account first with the search option. So let's move search the GL account. So there is the GL account over here, input text account. You need to select this, and the same GL account will be assigned to V0 as well. So this is how we need to assign the text code to the account ultimately. So the assignment has been done with the GL and the request has been saved on. So this is the final step for configuring this particular processing key, but still one thing is suggested to be done. What is it? Let's see. That is not compulsory, but you should go for it. It's an optional one, that is assigning the text codes for non-taxable transactions. So what you will be doing in it is, the SAP carries out some system movement that are not tax related but that affect the tax related accounts. To allow proper processing of these movements, we need to assign non-taxable tax codes to each company code. Non-taxable tax codes means the tax codes which have 0% assigned in it. So that is why we create default tax code which are known with 0%, which are known as non-taxable tax code, as we created A0 and V0, where 0 rate has been maintained and it ensures that no taxes will be calculated. So if you have $100 of invoice amount, into the tax percentages of 0 is equal to 0, so the tax comes out to be very much 0. So we need to assign this tax code to the non-taxable settings, so that the system doesn't gives error when you do any transaction where the 0% is there and the tax code is not assigned. So moving again to the configuration, we need to go to the posting over here. As you can see, the path is there on the screen. Need to go to the posting and then to assign tax. So assign tax code for non-taxable transaction, executing it, and over here you need to assign so clicking on this particular, executing it, and we find this screen over here, and you can search your company code with this position. The company code is 1200, enter, and you can see your entry and company code has been displayed on the top. So over here you need to assign your input and the output non-taxable tax code. That was for input, it was V0, and for output it was A0. So this is what you need to assign, and then you can go and you can save this screen, and this configuration is done. So now you can say that this is the final configuration done. So once this configuration is done, now we can move for the testing of things, how and where the testing can be done. So let's move on to the PowerPoint presentation. Now we'll be doing the unit testing, where first we will be defining a posting of vendor invoice, and we'll see how the invoice the taxes are calculated. Then we'll look after one for the customer invoice as well, that how taxes is calculated on sales. So let's move to post a vendor invoice. Moving on to the SAP screen for a vendor invoice. Now the transaction code is FB60. What I will be doing is selecting the vendor first with F4. So the vendor is this. Double click and select it. You can select the invoice date. So suppose I take the invoice date as of 11. Now you can put the amount. Suppose I take $100 only, not much. For easy calculation, I take the reference, that is the bill number over here. If you want, you can put the text or the narration over here, and then I will be taking up a GL account. Suppose I take 4, or you can select from this particular as well. So basically I'm posting the invoice, so the entry should be inventory should be debited, or the purchase account should be debited, and the vendor should be credited. So selecting the purchase account over here and putting the amount as $100. Now the most important part is here you need to take the text code. You can see this is the text code. So what text I want to assign, you can go and you can scroll down what are the different text codes in the system, and we just created V8. So we'll do the posting with V8 right now. V8 is over here. Next you need to do is you need to go further on the screen ahead, and you need to assign the business area. So the business area is there. So once you have filled all these details, now you need to you also need to take the jurisdiction code over here as well, very next to the text code. So you can go again and you can search the jurisdiction code which you need to take against V8. The state is TX. So there is only one which we have created, but you can create multiple of different text jurisdiction, and you can do and calculate on different text jurisdictions how the taxes are done. So this is how you're done. Enter on the screen. So it says first create this. Okay, this is small. So we have taken the text jurisdiction code over here. Now we can enter on the screen, and as we enter you can see the screen is now all the gray options have moved out. So now you need to do is you need to click on this, select this calculate text box. So once you you check this or tick mark this calculate text or select this calculate text, the system calculate the percentage of tax on the invoice amount. So let's select this. And now as you select, you can see the amount has changed over here. Earlier it was 0, so let's again untick this, and you can see it's 0 now. So as you select the calculate tax, the system internally calculate the taxes. So 8%, we took V8 is 8% of the tax to be calculated on the invoice. So 8% of 100 comes out to be $8. So now how it be moving up is, you need to take this amount off, enter on the screen, and you can see the systems. Okay, the system shows you over here that now the billing will be for $108, not 100, because normally when you purchase and the 100 is the amount of the goods and then the input tax is added on that, so it always becomes the base amount plus the tax is equal to the total amount. So that is what is over here. Now you have taken this amount from over here to here, enter, and you can see it is now, sorry, it's screen. So now you can see there is no error as of now. Now the screen is green over here, and it should be green. If it is green, that means everything is fine and we can proceed. So this is how we'll be selecting these things, and now you can go to simulate so as to look how the entry will be reflected. So simulating the screen, you can see the accounting entry generated is on the screen as a preview. The vendor is credited with $108, whereas the actual purchases is of $100, whereas the taxes on that is $8, and even the tax code is reflected to you over here. That is V8 is the tax code on the basis of which the tax is calculated. So if you feel that the accounting entry is very much correct, then only you can go and you can click on this button so as to post the transaction. So now I can click onto this button, and your transaction will get posted with generating a document number on the footer. So a document number is generated 1900002. If you want to see this document, you can again go to the document over here and you can go to display, and this particular document will be reflected to you as a display document. So you can see the entries are over here. They are now over here 3 line items: the first line item, second line item, third line item. Even you can see the company code is there, posting key is there, then the description, GL account, amount, currency, tax code is also there for you. So this is how it works. If there could have been any CO involved, then you could have find the cost center or the order or the profit center as well. And the billing document number comes from the ST module if this particular document would have posted by the sales and distribution module 10. So this is how it works. Even if you want, you can go to this FBL1N and you can have a vendor line item display as well. So the vendor over here is this. You can copy this, and FBL1N. So this is how it's been done. Now we can go to FBL/N, FBL1N, enter, and now you can select the vendor. The company code is this, open item, as on date is 12th, that is as on date. If you want to put some another date till